Again, it's 1010 East 8th, Ector County Annex. This is a place where you can go for reunification. If you know someone who has been affected or a victim of this incident, then you can go there and try to get more information. They'll have people there as well as counselors, I hear, are on standby to try to help with the grieving process or just be there for those who are affected. And some of the questions, too, that were asked in the press conference at MCH is what can people do at home? Sometimes people feel like they want to help, but how can you help? Law enforcement says to stay home and let law enforcement handle the investigation, and it helps them to take care of that area, especially staying kind of out of those areas where I-20, where that's locked down. So is MCH Hospital is also locked down. Trying to stay away from those main areas is one way. Another way, again, prayers and thoughts for all the family affected by this senseless act, and also educate yourself. Try to find Stop the Bleeding, is one of the doctors was saying, is Stop the Bleeding class. Try to make sure you don't text and drive, especially if you're out there on the roads right now. I know it may be tempting if you're sitting there kind of back to back. We saw some footage earlier of I-20. You know, you're just waiting forever on the roads. I felt that on the side roads as well, there, because of I-20 was backed up trying to get to the station. Try to stay off of your phones and be alert as possible because of the situation that is going on here and the continuous ongoing investigation. And so here's another picture right now of I-20, just bumper to bumper. Please stay off the roads if you can. Stay home if you can. This is not, we do not no longer are in an active shooter situation. It's just an active investigation. So there was just one shooter that was kind of chaotic at first, is trying to figure out what was going on. Reports were coming in that there were two active shooters, that there was something at the Midland Mall. Well, the Midland Mall, we did get confirmation from the people there, from officials, that that was a false threat that was made. What we're focusing on right now is that it was just one active shooter. He is dead. That is confirmed by local law enforcement. It ended at the Synergy in Odessa. Again, it first started off with a traffic stop, and then it made it all the way over from the Home Depot area into the Synergy at Odessa. So he covered a pretty wide range. And during that process, you can see some video right here recently of the Odessa Synergy area. And he also stole a USPS truck and shot the driver. We don't know any other information about the driver. They're not releasing any names of the victims, but American Heritage is also offering services to victims. If you need anything, we'll be putting out how to contact and get a hold of them as well. Again, American Heritage is offering services to victims. And we're seeing continuous reports coming in that people are standing with us in Odessa, in the Midland area. We're just trying to make sense of everything that's going on. We have given you all the information that we are able to find and get from a lot of these press releases, because the investigation is still ongoing. But as you saw earlier, if you were watching, we continuously got updates in, people giving us information. We do know that 3 law enforcement officers and a deputy was involved in getting injured during the shooting, and one is in a critical but stable condition, and the other two, are also in stable condition. That is the latest update that we have from DPS. And so we're continuing to get these heartfelt messages in. I'll read another one that we got from Governor Greg Abbott. He says, "The First Lady and I are heartbroken over the senseless and cowardly attack, and we offer our unwavering support to the victims and their families and all the people of Midland and Odessa. The state of Texas and the Department of Public Safety are working closely with local law enforcement to provide resources as needed and deliver justice for this heinous act. I thank the first responders who have acted swiftly and admirably under pressure, and I want to remind all Texans that we will not allow the Lone Star State to be overrun by hatred and violence. We will unite, as Texans always do, to respond to this tragedy." That's just one of the many messages that was sent to us.